Hey musky anglers, you want a different way of looking at spring musky fishing and using one lure, and a tactic that the bass anglers and some of the pike anglers, but definitely the bass anglers, rely on a lot, and they're very successful with it, and you can do it too as a musky angler, and that is spinnerbait fish. Nothing else. You just put on a spinnerbait. Now this is a Slopmaster, and this color I recommend a lot in the spring. Whites, chartreuse, stuff like that are, you know, hot colors. The beauty of this color is, number one, you can see it. Number two, you can fish this lure literally anywhere, and you're looking for ultra shallow fish. You're fishing like a bass fisherman. You're fishing 12 inches of water to maybe 2.5 feet of water. That's it. You're looking for cover. You're not going to fish around cover. You're going to fish right through the cover. And that's one of the keys to catching them. Now, if you're going to catch muskies, you're also going to catch big pike and bass, by the way, by accident. If you're going to fish in cover, then you got to realize, you know, you got to crank your drag down pretty good, and you're going to have to muscle these fish out of there. Otherwise, you're going to lose them. And bass fishermen know that all too well. But it's a lot easier to muscle a 5-pound bass, a 20-inch largemouth, than it is, you know, a 40-inch plus muskie out of cover. So, you know, you need stout tackle. I've got you know, kind of a downsizer system here. It's St. Croix. You know, their Legend tournament. This is the 86 medium, light medium, 65-pound beast braid. I've got a 8-to-1 gear ratio, a 300 series Alexa reel here, and you can see I've got it rigged very simple. I got a leader on here. I've got a fluorocarbon leader on here. Wire, fluorocarbon, either one works. You can even go wireless, but you know, you got to realize that if you go wireless, the reason I say you couldn't go wireless in the spring is the wire on the spinnerbait in many cases protects you. However, if a really big one takes that entire spinnerbait, you won't be protected. So if you're worried about that, which you should be, you should probably wire up. But the system is simple, and I'm going to demonstrate it right now. We've got some pencil grass right in front of us. I'm going to show you how I fish this bait. But when you look at what I'm going to do here, you would not fish a treble hook lure this way. You would purposely fish the edges of it, okay? And I'm going to cast this lure, so I run it. I can cast this lure right on the bank. You can't do that with a treble hook lure. I'm going to cast this lure so close to the bank, but believe it or not, that's a lot of times where these muskies are. That's where the big bass and the big pike are too. So you're going to catch, you know, I run into big smallmouths and big largemouths and pike doing this all the time too. But it works equally well on muskies, and here's how you do it. Okay, so you're fishing a treble hook lure. You're going to cast to the right of it. You're going to cast to the left of it. You're going to avoid going through it because why? You're going to get bleeds on it, right? But here's the difference. And here's what this works so well for you with the Slopmaster. I'm going to throw it right up on the shoreline. Seriously? Yes. Look at that. Right up on the shoreline. See? And you're going to catch a lot of fish running that bait. Here's the thing too. And of course, you always fish with big bait. If you're skilled enough to throw it on the shoreline, you won't spook the fish. You know, the splash entry has a tendency to spook fish, especially in ultra shallow water like that. But you throw it. See, I just hit the little patch of weeds right there, barely touch it. See, I see what I'm doing? I'm purposely going right through the cover. Isn't that cool? This is what lures like this can do for you, and that's what makes them so good. So I'm speeding it up right here, and then I'm going to bring it in and do a shot, do a figure eight, because you catch a lot of fish on figure eights, of course. I'll make one more cast. Run it right through there. Now, how many weeds have I got? 0. Okay. That's how you fish a spinnerbait in the spring to catch muskies and big pike, big bass. But this is a muskie killer technique. And this is something you probably weren't doing. And if you were, you probably weren't fishing it this way, but this is where this lure excels. So Add this to your arsenal along with all the other things you do in the spring, and I'll bet you're going to catch a couple big muskies doing that.